Oh, I need glasses for this. We all love Nissan Skylines, and if you don't, well, I'm not sure how you found this video. Truly a mystery for the ages, but for everyone else with good taste, follow me as I show you some of the coolest Skyline content I've seen on YouTube in recent history. So, Liebird, the owner of, as I always like to say, the baddest R34 GTT in the US. It's got R34 GTR quarter panels, a built RB30, a Haltech standalone ECU, an R32 GTR drivetrain, I believe, so it's proper all-wheel drive, a sequential gearbox, an R35 GTR red paint job, and a fully functional street-style exhaust. No hood exits or anything like that. But you'll also notice it has GTR badges. Now we all know the only thing stopping this car from a GTR is the VIN. Because it's built like a GTR, it drives like a GTR, it sounds like one, looks like one, so should the purists be offended? I mean, it's 2024, so they probably will be. But it's got the DNA, it's got the bones, it's got the flesh, and it's got the spirit. And it's faster than most true GTRs anyways. But hey, whatever. Purists will be purists. But I always will kind of appreciate his little detail in his bio on Instagram. Converted for the crybabies. That racing channel. Usually when people compare things like Supras and Skylines to supercars and hypercars, the tuner car is built to the max and the exotic is stock, which makes for a spectacle. But in this case, it's no expense spared on both sides. Only in Australia do you get an 1800 horsepower R34 GTR calling out a 2000 horsepower Huracan. That's Need for Speed right there. That's Forza Horizon 5 in real fucking life. Actually, which one was based in Australia? Forza Horizon 3, I think. Maybe. And I'm sitting here with my 340 horsepower thinking, does it matter who's the fastest anymore? It takes so much to be the fastest now. You have to be so fast and have so much money. But it's just incredible to see how fast cars can be these days. Except for EVs. We don't like those. Evan Shanks, detailing his R34 GTT. How hard can it be? That rhymes a little bit. Well, it turns out pretty awkward if old fuel has been spilled on your car while it was in storage, which is a damn shame. But if I recall correctly, he got the car for like 20 or 30 grand. A crazy deal compared to what the prices are today, which is really irritating. Drive Tribe asks if the R34 GTR is over 150 grand. In terms of tangible value, no. The performance isn't six-figure performance, obviously, but in terms of emotion, yeah, I'd say so. It's nothing but emotion. That's where all the value is. But one of the main appeals of the R34 GTR for most of its life has always been that it had supercar level tuning potential and was an affordable platform to start with. I mean, 50 grand or less for an R34 GTR back in the day was a great deal as a performance platform. 150 grand or more. I mean, just in case some of you people that are slobbering on the meat of importers upcharging these things, I'm talking about like 10 years ago, right? 45,000 US, no, that's 450. 45,000 US dollars from 2014 to 2024. 2014, $45,000. The inflation brings it up to $59,000. I'll spend 60 grand on an R34 GTR all day long. That's something, you know, most ordinary people can do. I will say it's not a smart financial decision, but it's definitely doable. Today, if you spend more than 150 grand on an R34 GTR, it loses its original appeal and the original spirit of it dies. Head on over to 1320 Video to watch their awesome experience with the boys across the pond. Lots of GTRs and other JDM gems, but through the lens of outsiders looking in. So it's digestible for us Americans. Hey, do you remember this car? This is Pterodactyl Tactics R34 GTR M-Spec NER. Literally the ultimate version of the R34 GTR. At least in my... I know a lot of people are going to say the Z-Tune or something like that, but no, it's this. It's the M-Spec NER. I love the M-Spec NER. And it has the exact engine specs I want. HKS internals, HKS single turbo kit, specifically the GT3 4R, I'm pretty sure, and it sounds amazing. I already know that. The V-Cam sounds really complicated, but it's cool that he got it working, and it was interesting seeing him learn about the differences between Motec versus Haltech, pros and cons and all that. Yo, if you're building an R34 GTT and you're dropping in an RB26 or an RB30 and you don't want to waste money on a Getrag 6-speed out of an R34 GTR, and you don't want the whine of a straight-cut gearbox sequential, because you want to listen to that RB sing, then you should put in a BMW dual clutch or a ZF 8-speed. That's what I'm going to do if I get a GTT. I don't think I have to get a GTT because I have some ideas, but just bearing in mind, when you do that, you don't have to have paddle shifters or anything like that. Just a push-pull lever. You can even have a clutch pedal. No gear whine, and you can have fully functional all-wheel drive. I mean, finding a manual all-wheel drive drivetrain, you know, normal 6-speed, it's just not worth the price. It's not worth the hassle to look for one. And we've talked about this already, but this is the R34 episode, I guess. We got to give a huge congratulations to Amelia Hartford. She made some crazy vehicle purchases lately. An R34 GTR. With Amelia's attention to detail and the fact she doesn't half-bake her builds, I know a GTR from her will be one for the history books. EVs. The public doesn't like them, and the government loves them. And we all know that the government has our best interests at heart, right? That should tell you everything you need to know about electric cars, since the government's stance on it is just so clear. Oh wait, no, my meds are kicking in, and I'm starting to remember it's all bullshit. Remember all those electric cars that left people stranded in Chicago during the winter? Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I want Elon Musk to do something about this.
So electric vehicles may be the wave of the future, but a whole lot of owners are having trouble dealing with Chicago's bitter cold temperatures. Public charging stations have turned car graveyards over the past couple days.
It's a disaster, seriously.
Oh, we got a bunch of dead robots out here.
Dead robots.
You want to know what didn't leave me stranded in all the blizzards in Nebraska, Iowa, and Kansas? My Freightliner diesel semi-truck. You want to know what gas guzzler decadent sports car wasn't massively inconvenient for me? My 2006 BMW M3 E46. And if I needed an economical car for the family, my hybrid Sienna was unstoppable. Sorry for those people, but everyone who wants EVs to take over, eat shit.